After Julius Caesar's victory in the Civil War and his return to Rome, he embarked on a sweeping series of reforms, which touched nearly every aspect of Roman society, were intended to consolidate his power, stabilize the government, and address some of the Republic's long-standing issues. Caesar's political reforms were aimed at consolidating his authority, weakening the power of the Roman Senate, and reducing corruption within the government. Key measures included expansion of the Senate from around 600 members to 900. This included adding supporters and provincial elites, who were often loyal to him. By filling the Senate with his allies, Caesar diluted the influence of the traditional aristocratic faction and gained more control over legislative decisions. Caesar introduced reforms to reduce corruption in the provinces. Caesar reformed the appointment process for magistrates, reducing the influence of the Senate and increasing the involvement of the plebeian class, which earned him the loyalty of the lower classes while weakening the traditional elite. Caesar was aware of the growing inequality and unrest among Rome's lower classes. He implemented several social and economic reforms, including debt relief that burdened many Roman citizens. One of Caesar's most popular reforms was the redistribution of public land to Rome's poor and veterans. Caesar established colonies in newly conquered territories like Gaul and North Africa, giving land to around 80,000 citizens, including veterans who had served in his armies. This policy not only helped alleviate poverty, but also reduced overcrowding in the city of Rome. Grain distribution. Caesar continued the system of subsidized grain for Roman citizens, which had long been a way to maintain social stability. However, he reduced the number of people eligible for the free grain dole, making the distribution more efficient and less costly for the state. Caesar invested in massive public works projects, employing thousands of citizens and boosting Rome's infrastructure. Projects included the construction of roads, temples, public buildings, and a grand basilica, the Basilica Julia, and improvements to the city's water supply via aqueducts. Caesar rewarded his loyal soldiers by settling them in colonies throughout the empire. He reduced the size of the Roman army to reduce the power of generals and eliminate the threat of future uprisings. He stationed some legions in distant provinces to keep Rome safe from military interference. In 44 BCE, Caesar was declared dictator for life. This move marked a significant departure from the norms of the Roman Republic and signaled a shift toward autocracy. Caesar's increasing concentration of power alarmed many senators, who saw this as a threat to the Republic's traditions. This concern sparked a conspiracy among several senators to assassinate him and restore the Republic's traditional values. The group, known as the Liberators, was led by Gaius Cassius Longinus and Marcus Junius Brutus, the latter being a close friend of Caesar. On the Ides of March in 44 BCE, Caesar was surrounded by these senators in the Senate chamber and stabbed 23 times, with Brutus delivering one of the fatal blows. Their goal was to end Caesar's perceived monarchy, but his assassination plunged Rome into further civil wars. Caesar's last reported words, "Et tu, Brute, and you, Brutus," have come to symbolize ultimate betrayal. His assassination plunged Rome into another series of civil wars, leading to the end of the Republic and the rise of the Roman Empire under his adopted heir, Octavian, also known as Augustus. Although his ambition and concentration of power made him a controversial figure, Julius Caesar remains one of history's most influential leaders, revered for his military genius and remembered for the dramatic end of his life, which set the stage for the rise of the Roman Empire. An interesting fact about Julius Caesar is that he likely suffered from epilepsy, a condition in Rome known as the falling sickness. Some historians believe his epilepsy may have contributed to his image as a semi-divine figure, thought to be linked to contact with the gods in the ancient world. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're interested in such historical figures.